All right, so let's talk about the Millionaire Blueprint. So hey, my name is Gerald Peters. If you would, subscribe, click like, all that good shit. If you'd like to see some more videos, I would appreciate the support. I'm the author of this book, You Don't Have to Die Broke. This book is free. When I say free, I mean free. No mentor groups, no follow-up, none of that guru bullshit. I'm not gonna try to get you to buy something else. If you want a physical copy of the book, you can buy it inside. I'll sign it, ship it from my desk to your house. Now, a lot of what I'm doing here, this is not about making money, because I make money doing the shit that I'm teaching. Like, I'm actually doing this stuff, okay? So this is real world stuff. This is not hyperbole. This is not some shit that I did once before, like a lot of gurus, like they did this, so now they teach you. This is not it. This is what I'm doing every day. And inside of this idea of the Millionaire Blueprint, the code, the path, is this idea of the money flow. And so you have to begin to compartmentalize your money. Money's going to have to become a little bit spiritual for you. There's going to have to be some separations. There's going to have to be some walls. There has to be a strategy of how you handle your money. You can't be like everybody else and you simply have a checking account. And I'm not talking about these apps that you invest in like Acorn. I don't know about those. What I'm going to talk to you about is adult shit, okay? Grown-up shit called brokerage accounts. I'm going to talk to you about checking accounts, okay? I don't know about all the other stuff. Don't fucking ask me. I don't know. I know about brokerage accounts, okay? Brokerage account is different than another account. Now, a brokerage account, you can write checks on it. A brokerage account has an ATM card. It's just like your checking account, but it's on steroids, because inside of the brokerage account, you can purchase stocks. And when you buy stocks, they can go up in value. Now, here's the thing. I'm not buying dumb stocks. I'm not buying stocks that I'm speculating on, that the only way I make money is if they go up. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm going to talk about here, and you can do that. I'm not against speculation, but that's not what I'm doing here. And that's not what I'm teaching here. And I don't think you should be speculating until you have at least $100,000 in guaranteed shit. So quality companies that pay dividends, real estate, like you need to get the foundation fixed first before you're out there buying Bitcoin, before you're out there trying to do shit with gold, okay? So we want to get the foundation first. And so that's the first chapter in my book is entitled The Money Flow. The money flow is the Millionaire Blueprint. It's the code, you might say, right? It's the map. It's what you're going to use. This is how your money should be organized, structured, so that you can actually prosper. So here's what it's going to look like. This is the basic idea. And you need to structure this. So ultimately, our money's going to go into 3 buckets. This is where you pay your bills. Right? This is where you pay your bills. So you get paid, your money goes to your checking. You should not be sitting on $10,000. If you got $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in your checking, right? That's ridiculous. At first. Now, you have a family, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into all that. Point is, you shouldn't be sitting on a bunch of money in checking, okay? You need to get money into savings. And this isn't normal savings. And this is going to be broke down into a couple other things. Something called a do-over account. Now, I talk all about this in the book. And then over here, we're going to have our long-term investing. Now, this is how your finances should be structured. All rich people have their finances structured like this. They don't just have checking 401k, okay? That's average people shit. That's people who actually never accumulate much. That's how they have their structure. You need to structure your money differently. Okay, so you're going to have your job right here. Now your job is where you make your money. I hate to tell you this, you can't make it on one job. It is fucking impossible in this country to get ahead having a job. Impossible. You will not be rich. You will never be rich. You will always work paycheck to paycheck working your job, period. I don't care if you're a fucking doctor. It's not enough. You've got to do more. So either your wife has to get off her ass and go to work, or your husband. I don't know your situation. I don't know which one of you is lazy. One of you is probably lazy if there's 2 of you. So both of you are going to have to work, or one of you is going to have to pull down 2 jobs, or better yet, you both have to for a period of time to stack some cash. You have to take a time and a season. The Bible talks about a time and a season. It's going to take you 7 to 10 years to become a millionaire. If you do what I'm showing you for 7 to 10 years, I promise you, at the end, you're going to have wealth, real money, not some guru bullshit. I'm not showing you how to flip houses. I'm not even going to show you how to make the money. I'm going to show you what to do with the money that you make. So you're going to have a job. This is your primary income. That money gets pushed into bills, right? This bucket, this circle, bucket, whatever you want to call it, has a hole in it. Shit just falls out. Every month you got to pay the electric bill. Every month you got to pay the insurance bill, the medical, the cell phone bill, right? This is why you can't get ahead. Now, because you only have one job, so you're like, oh, but Gerald, I work 45 hours and I get home and I'm tired, or I have kids. Stop using your children as an excuse. Your children are the fucking reason. They're not the excuse. I get so sick of that shit. People email, well, you don't understand, I have kids. The reason you're gonna do what I'm gonna show you is because you have kids. So stop that stuff. You're gonna need a side income. I don't care if it's babysitting, mowing yards, painting houses, whatever, or standing on the street with a sign that says, I need money. You do what you gotta do to get money, okay? That's legal. Obviously, we want this shit to be legal. And so your wife could have one. So at one time, I had about 30 streams of income on the side. Now, what might that look like? It could be a couple things. It could be network marketing, MLM, I did that. It could be online affiliate marketing. It could be babysitting. It could be making shit and selling it on Etsy. It could be walking dog, like I don't know. It could be driving for Uber, delivering pizza. Something that you do with your time that makes money. Now, if you create it, you're gonna make a lot more money. Here's what it's not. It's not flipping stocks. It's not fucking crypto, right? It's not speculation. This is guaranteed. This is 7 to 10 years building the foundation to truly build wealth. Not made up mystical bullshit in your mind that gurus put in there. Actual things that build wealth. You're gonna buy real assets in real companies that produce cash flow, right? This is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take our money from our job and we're gonna begin to pay our bills. We're gonna take the money from the side hustles, and the first thing we're gonna do is eliminate any bullshit debt that you have that's in your way. Now, if your debt load is, if you had horrible parents and you're coming out of college with $200,000 and $300,000 in student loans, I don't know. You're gonna have to decide on that one. I don't know. I'm partial to getting rid of the debt. Because guess what happens if you get rid of the debt? Guess what you're left with? Money, right? So paying off debt is a guaranteed return. Investing in the stock market may or may not be a guaranteed return. The stock market could go down. So like people argue this all the time. I paid my house off. I have no house note. I have no car notes, no debt of any kind. All my money is my money and I can invest it. That has allowed me to accelerate my wealth. Now imagine a decade of no debt and I'm doing the primary job, 2 and 3 side hustles, and I got it to where I had like 32 different little income streams coming at me. What does all that money get to do? It gets to multiply times 10. You like Grant Cardone, you want to 10x it? This is how you 10x it, okay? So, you get multiple income streams going. You get the bills down. You got to get your bills down. You got to get rid of the debt. You're going to have to decide how much debt. Do I think you should be paying off debt, saving for the kids' college, putting in a car fund, and doing a little investing? No, that's a horrible way to do it. So what I'm talking about is trying to get rich. If you want to be average, turn the video off. I can't fucking help you. You're going to do that on your own. This is how you get rich, okay? So we're going to eliminate debt. We're going to do whatever we have to do to get some money. And the first thing we're going to hit is the savings account. Now this is kind of traditional. People talk about 3 to 6 months or whatever. Ultimately, I want you to have 2 years in this. Now this is going to take a while. This will probably take a decade. So first we're going to just bump it up. You just need some money, 5, 10, 15 grand, whatever's going to hold you for 3 or 4 months. And then you're going to stop this. All right, and then you're just going to drip a little money into this every month. This is something you can drip in, and here's what I'd like you to do it. Actual cash. Crazy. Some of you guys are so separated from your money. You're so far fucking separated from your money that the fact that you have actual money in your hand scares the shit out of you. And you think, oh, I got to get it out of my house. How could you protect your wife or your kid, but you can't protect a $100 bill? There's people that having money freaks them out. This is how separated they are from money. You should be comfortable holding money. I hold money in my props sometimes. $30,000 freaks people out. Dude, that's just change. That's savings. That's a do-over account. I'm comfortable with money. I want money to like me. I want money to like me. I don't want some weird fucking friction between me and money. That's psychological. Money's spiritual. You should like money. Money should be attracted to you. You should be finding money on the ground. What you think about comes about, and what you focus on grows. So get comfortable with money. I want you to have a pile of cash, and sometimes I want you to take it out and count it. I want you to hold the Ben Franklins in your hand. I want you to begin to collect $100 bills. So we're going to stack these up in a safe, in the ground, buried over here, put it under Buddha, whatever makes you comfortable. And over time, this is going to become 2 years of money. What it takes to keep you going for 2 years. So then we're going to push to the investing. This could be your 401k. I'm not a big fan of 401ks. If your 401k matches, you should do that. Here's why I don't like your 401k. Because most of you don't know what you have in it. You don't really know what you're invested in. And if I asked you, hey, what was your passive income last year? You'd say, I don't know. Because you're separated from your money. You don't fucking know how much money you actually have. You're separated from your money. Again, back to the cash. People are separated from money. They don't touch it. They don't feel it. They don't see it every day. The traditional wisdom is, hey, don't even check your retirement account because it might freak you out. Because you're such a pussy that if it goes down, you're probably going to sell it. This is what they're teaching you. And so if that is you, you're on the wrong video. I can't work with you. Investing is about courage. Courage. It's about being, what is a good word? Listen, heavy's the head that wears the crown. You can't build an empire if you walk around like a coward. Does that make sense? Investing is about courage. If you don't have courage, stop investing. If the fact that your stock goes down 30 or 40% in your life and you shit yourself and sell it, you are in the wrong business. You should not be investing. You are going to be one of the 70, 80% who live on Social Security. That's the truth. I'm being honest with you. If you can't get your mind around the fact that stocks go up and down, you will always be poor. You need to be buying stocks when they go down, selling them when they go up. You need to be greedy when other people are fearful and fearful when other people are greedy, and not just a fucking meme. Like, actually do it in life. Like, actually do that shit and stop saying things and actually do it. But people don't do it. And you know you've probably gotten scared. So the savings comes first. First debt elimination, then the savings. See, this is like adult shit here, right? This is hard. This isn't guru stuff. This is actually how you get rich. And then the rest of the money's pushed off into investing. That could be a 401k. If you have a good one and they match you, you should do it. If your job matches you and you don't take it, you're what's known as a dumbass. So you should take it, take the match. You should figure out what is it invested in. If right now you have money in a 401k and you couldn't explain to me what it is, you're going to die poor because you deserve to, because you don't even know what your money's in. So what I'm talking about is you becoming connected with your money. This shit is spiritual. Spiritual. If you can't see it, how can you grow it? How can you multiply it? If you can't understand it, how can you grow it? How can you multiply it? So if you have money in a 401k, if it was up to me, I'd put the whole damn thing in the S&P 500. No target date funds, none of that bullshit that they sell you from the corporate. You understand, all those people have jets. It amazes me how many people want to give their money to people that fly around on jets. This motherfucker has a jet, you're going to give him your money. The buildings, those skyscrapers, how do you think they built those? Off your money. So what I'm advocating is you manage your own money. So even if it's in a 401k, you decide what it goes in, not some target date fund, like you're too stupid to look at your own finances. So what I'm talking about advocating is you becoming rich. So you're going to stop what you're doing and you're going to take control of your money. You're going to first look at how much debt do you have. You're going to add up, what is my debt total? What is my, and you have to just figure out what is your net worth. And you have to then begin to compress all of this and compartmentalize it and realize what it is you're trying to do, and then start running the numbers. So instead of walking around in a fog and in a haze, you're going to begin to actually do this stuff. And so you're going to get one with your debt, you're going to start putting your hands on some money, and you're going to take control of what your 401k is in. You're actually going to control the investments. This is getting all messy. Now you're going to do this for a period of 7 to 10 years, and if you do that, you're either going to become a millionaire or you're going to get real damn close. Because money doubles every 7.2 years. And if you learn the strategies of how the wealthy people invest, I have a book called The Money Flow. Now this book I don't give you for free, because the moment you read it, you're going to ask me a lot of questions. I charge $25. Now why charge $25? Because a lot of people have T-Rex arms, they can't reach their wallet. It keeps those people from asking me a lot of questions. And I use this to do what they say you can't do. People will say, well, you can't time stocks. Don't time the market. This is the dumbest fucking advice I can possibly comprehend. This falls in, the idea that you can't time the market falls into the same advice as you shouldn't own a home, okay? You shouldn't own a home. Saying you can't time the market is about as dumb as saying you shouldn't own a home. It's on that same level. Now, a lot of you have listened to gurus tell you this dumb shit. You shouldn't own a home, that a home is a liability. That is complete nonsense. Real quick, just because this aggravates me so much, a home appreciates approximately 5 to 7% a year. So if you live there 10 years, your home is possibly going to double. But don't own a home, you should pay rent. Where you leave and you get nothing. Where when I leave, they're going to write me a check for twice the size of my fucking house, but I only put 10% down. So I put 10% down on and just, let's use simple math for a second. I put 10% down on a $100,000 house. I carry a $90,000 mortgage, right? A 90K mortgage. I pay on this for 10 years. It's probably paid down to about $50,000, right? And then I go to move and I sell it for $200,000, right? And they write me a check. I pay off the bank for $50. I walk away with $150, tax-free. Please explain to me why a house is a liability. It's dumb. People follow this though, man. People hear shit. It tickles your ears, and so you go with it. And I always know which guru you're listening to when you send me messages. If it's Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone. I can always tell based on the way you format your question. Is single family better than multifamily? How about just buy some and don't have that argument? How about just buy some? This is the other stupid argument. Let's take an apartment building. And you got 10 doors on this apartment building. The argument goes, well, that's better than a house. Yeah, no shit, there's 10 doors. So what if we buy 10 houses? Ten houses are worth more than 10 units at an apartment building. And I don't care what anybody else tells you, that's true. Houses appreciate more than apartments. Houses have less rules and government regulations. Houses are easy to self-manage. The average person stays in a house 5 to 7 years. The average person stays in an apartment for 2. So again, a lot of these are just guru arguments that people buy into that make no sense. You don't need multifamily. The reason I bring this up is I meet a lot of people who don't have the foundation right. You don't own a home. You need to own a home. So part of the money flow and part of the necessities is you own a home. So I want you to own a home. Home ownership, equity. You need to own the castle in which you live in so that you can begin. This is part of the process of building wealth. Now they're going to tell you you should own it, you should rent it and lease it. That's all the gurus say. And all the people who teach you this shit first want you to send them your money to them. Everyone who teaches that, honestly, check and see. Just like everyone who teaches you need a mentor, guess what? They happen to have a mentor course for you. So be careful the advice you're getting. So at home, you're going to want to have a job. We just said that with a well, right? You're going to want to own a house, and you're going to want to be building equity in this home. Because guess what? When you leave your house, you could rent it. You could rent the house. Like there's a million things you can do if you own a home. So yes, you should own a home. Now someone's going to say, but Gerald, I live in San Diego or I live in Canada. Move. If where you live you can't even afford to buy a house, move. It's going to be that way your whole life. Move. Same way we got to America. Get on a boat and move. Same way illegals get to this country. Why? They're moving for opportunity. They're not stuck. You understand that an immigrant is 5 times more likely to become a millionaire than an American person born here. Why? Because they don't have the same hang-ups as we have. They're here for opportunity. They're not here, they want the opportunity. So we're gonna get a job, we're gonna get a side hustle, and we're gonna get, right? We're gonna get a couple side hustles. And side hustles are not Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or Forex trading or day trading or flipping, well, it could be flipping houses. Flipping houses could be your side hustle. And then you're gonna pay your bills. You're gonna get your bills limited. You're gonna begin to build some margin. The trick to money is having money, meaning you need money. You need difference between what you make and what you pay. That difference between what you make and what you pay, you push into savings, and then you push into investing. Let's get to investing. So you get to the investing bucket. It's a brokerage account. Brokerage account. Inside the brokerage account, as I said, you can begin to buy stocks. Now, if you're uneasy, in my book, in chapter 10, I have a thing entitled The Dogs of the Dow. This is a simple 10 stock strategy. You're going to acquire these 10 stocks. And if the 10 is too many, you can do the 5 stock thing. So basically, you need to immediately get this to $5,000 as fast as you can. So if you're starting from 0, you need to get this to $5,000, which looks a lot like not taking days off. If you don't have $5,000, holy shit, you should be scared. You should be doing nothing but working to go get this money. If you live in America and you don't have $5,000, we'll leave it at that. Go get the $5,000, begin putting it in the account. So you got your checking account for your bills, you got your savings, and you don't touch this for nothing, and then we got our investing. The savings protects the investing. There should be no circumstance ever on planet Earth where you sell these because you have a financial problem in life. If you have to sell your investments or take a loan out on your 401k, it's because you have your investments so screwed up. This is what savings is about. This is what that giant pile of cash is about. The giant pile of cash is to protect the stocks. The king has to protect his investments. The Bible says some people are given 1 token, some people are given 5, and some people are given 10 talents. You're given a talent. You're given a responsibility. You're the king of your land, the lord of the manor, right? And you're supposed to protect it. And you're not protecting it if you simply have a checking account and your 401k. If there's ever a situation where you could borrow against your 401k, you're financially illiterate. And that's what we're trying to fix. That's what I'm trying to do in my book. You need to begin to structure your stuff like the rich do. Not the poor, not your Uncle Harry, not the way your mom taught you. You need to begin to structure this like rich people. So you're gonna need a checking account. You're gonna need a safe place to store your cash. You're gonna need a brokerage account, and you're gonna have to spend time on that. You're gonna have to learn how to buy individual stocks. You'll get to how to pick them, how to value them, and all that. Start with this simple strategy called the Dogs of the Dow, and begin the process of purchasing and owning assets that produce cash flow. Repetition is the mother of skill. Could we put real estate in our long-term investing bucket? Yes. I also hold real estate in my savings bucket. Now, what do you mean? How could you have real estate in your savings bucket? It's real estate that's mortgage-free. Mortgage-free real estate. And on my next video, on part 2, I'll continue to go granular. If you notice, I kind of brushed over it the first couple of videos. Now I'm getting a little deeper. So inside the brokerage, you're going to purchase 10 stocks or 5 stocks called the Dogs of the Dow. This is a great place to start. Is it the best investing strategy in the world? No. You don't deserve the best one because you don't understand it. But it is a place to start. And it is the way to begin finding stocks that are on sale. Because listen, oftentimes when I post on Instagram, I'll post a stock I'm buying. I get 35 DMs saying, did you know all the trouble they're having? Did you see how? Yes, that's why it's on sale. It's on sale because there's troubles. People don't sell beautiful homes for cheap prices. They sell them when they're fucked up. So you're buying into the chaos. You're buying, but it's got to be a quality company. And so the reason we use the Dogs of the Dow strategy is these are the best companies in the world that are having problems. They have MBAs from Wharton and Harvard. These are the people working for you. They're going to figure it out, man. They're going to figure it out. So you don't need to be sitting around. By the time they get rated A stocks or good stocks, guess what? So when you have a stock that was, let's say a stock was $80, and then it falls from 80 to 50. When it gets to 50, guess what happens? All the rating agencies, Seeking Alpha, Zero Hedge, all the street, CNBC, NBC, they're all going to tell you this is a shitty stock, you should sell it. Well, guess what I'm doing here? If it's a good company that pays a dividend that's solid, I'm buying. I want to be greedy when other people are fearful, and fearful when other people are greedy. Well, by the time they fix this and turn it around and the stock goes to $90, they're now going to change this to an A-rated stock, and they're going to recommend you buy it. Well, guess what all the billionaires did? Millionaires, they bought it down here, and they sold it to you up here. So you got to get on the other side of that cash register. You need to be selling into strength. You should have been selling Bitcoin when everyone you knew was wanting to buy it. You should have been buying it when no one knew about it. This is how you do it. This is the money flow, okay? And so you got to begin to study money. Money is spiritual. So please subscribe, and I'll continue to teach these if you like it. And I'm going to get granular and granular and granular into what this should look like. You can only do so much in one video, right?